All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing, Not Catching. Did I go deep enough with that one?
I think so. I was trying to add a little extra.
I sound different with the headphones. I don't feel like I hear the bass as much.
Really?
Fishing, Not Catching.
I can hear your bass pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Maybe you got some nicer headphones.
maybe so.
But we got it figured out, guys.
We got headphones.
If the audio sucked in the last two, I'm sorry.
I don't think it was too bad.
I heard them, and it actually isn't bad at all.
There's some clipping and things like that. I think we're trying to figure out what's the best distance from the mic.
Don't touch the butt.
See, like that. That actually
much.
sounded really good in my headphones.
Yeah, if I get like this.
You have to have a very deep voice when you talk real close, and you have to talk quiet and whisper. If you talk too loud, too close.
ASMR right here for you guys.
So what is that? I don't even know.
ASMR?
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for, but it's like where you just listen to stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like a recording of like a Coke bottle.
Like mukbang, like the mukbang stuff. When you eat food and you listen.
You just listen to the noise. Like if you get lost in the TikTok rabbit hole
I don't
and you just
watch.
like start scrolling through random stuff, like it'll pop up on somebody doing a live ASMR thing and they're just like,
Yeah.
and then they just like touch some weird. I don't know. It's very strange.
I mean,
But there's like millions and millions of people that watch it. Millions and millions. Sound like Donald Trump over here. Billions.
billions. Yeah. I can get I understand the appeal to some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because there are
People
some.
like fall asleep to it.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but I didn't know what it was. So what?
ASMR.
What's it stand for?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Audio. Sound,
Stimulant,
probably stimulation.
motions, movements.
Probably not motions.
Yeah, probably
it's all
not.
audio.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Motors.
That's not what
Yeah.
today's
Yeah,
podcast
that
is about, though.
We are already off on a tangent, but welcome back.
Yeah,
We're here.
What's up, guys?
And this is our third podcast. We are in my house.
Number 3.
We don't have like a permanent location.
Yeah,
that we
working
can
on
use.
that.
And we are working on that, trying to have like a spot that looks nice.
Yeah.
With like a nice backdrop, but for now, you just hit the mic.
Yeah, sorry.
You might have just made everybody.
I was watching the podcast that you edited, and I'm like, I have a bad habit of just like swiping my mustache.
so-
and beard. It's weird.
It's so interesting. This is a good topic. The weird things that you do that you don't even realize you do
Yeah.
until you start recording yourself.
I know.
Whether it be
Like I don't ever just like sit down and record myself not doing anything,
right.
and so I don't ever think about it. I'm watching. I'm like, why do I keep touching my mustache?
Yeah, and the things that you say, I try to eliminate as many likes
Yeah.
and and when I'm trying to game my thought, a lot of times I'll be like,
Yeah,
it's like I have a stutter,
yeah.
but it's hard not to do it.
It's funny, but that's what makes you you.
Yeah, I guess so. So you keep working that,
Keep
and I'll
working.
keep stuttering.
As long as I don't hit the mic when I do it.
But we'll try
The
to.
only people that know is the people watching on YouTube, so I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Subscribe for the
hit the
stash
subscribe
and the
button.
beard.
And you should go record yourself sometime just to see how awkward you really
what you
are.
do.
Yeah, because things get weird.
Absolutely.
But we've got to start out with a pretty interesting topic, and this is something that has recently just become rampant.
Yeah, and it is an absolute pain in the rear end.
It is.
It sucks.
I can't describe to you how frustrating it is. Like, you understand because you deal with it, but I can't communicate how frustrating it really is.
Yeah. And those of you that are watching on YouTube, y'all probably understand and probably have some of the same frustrations because y'all have dealt with it. You don't even know what we're talking about yet, but those listening through podcasts.
The anticipation.
Yeah. But it's frustrating. And that is the YouTube scams.
YouTube scams.
Like, where did they come from?
I don't know. And how has YouTube not fixed this
I don't
yet?
know. Like, I understand. So, like, well, as soon as we post a video on YouTube, you're going to get like that.
The porn.
Yeah. Okay. Straight into it.
Yeah. And where did that come
that's
from?
part of it. That's been there basically since
Yeah.
day one.
We're
Like,
ju- we
since I
just-
started posting, there's always a porn site. They're the
They're
first
like
one.
our best subscriber.
Like, thanks for helping the engagement
That's
there,
right.
buddy.
Whatever. Like we used to delete them, but now we just leave them. There's like extra comments.
Right.
Everybody knows it's there.
Yeah.
Just don't click on it.
Yeah.
You know, I never have. Have you ever clicked on it?
No.
I never have. I'm scared.
It's
you know.
probably not real porn. They're just going to steal your info.
Yeah, it's definitely phishing. Don't click those links in the YouTube comments,
No.
folks. Don't.
If there's
do
a link, don't do it.
Yeah.
We're
Just
not going to leave any links.
stay
there.
away.
Click the first link down in the below in the description for whatever we're trying to sell.
Not in the comments. If it's like XOXO, I love you, you so good, and then a link, don't click it.
Yeah.
I can't express. I don't know how people even fall for that.
I don't know. But that's not what we're talking
Even
about.
worse.
Yeah, so there's some scams going on. And so I first noticed this. I did a giveaway, and it was a sponsored giveaway with GoMexus. Anyways, that we were giving away a Spinfisher reel. And so I'd never really seen this, at least not on my channel. And then we were doing the giveaway, and I was telling people to comment a certain phrase on the video. And then out of nowhere, this channel took my profile picture, put it as their profile picture, but then their profile name was just a phone number, like a Telegram phone number. And they replied to everybody that commented on my video. I had like 1,200 comments. They replied to every one of them.
Everyone.
You're on like the next list, or you won, or whatever. Text this Telegram number. And people were texting the Telegram number, and they're asking you to like pay for shipping and crazy stuff to win the prize. And I don't know 100% that anybody from my channel actually fell for it.
They have on mine.
I know that people have messaged me, like multiple people have messaged saying they got it and they weren't really sure about it. And I told them it's a scam. Don't know 100% if somebody actually paid them anything, but you did on your channel?
Yes, I've had people message me and comment that they texted the number, they went through the process, and they've lost. Some of them have lost like $60. Somebody commented on my Facebook that it had happened on the YouTube. And on the YouTube, I sound like
YouTube.
I'm a boomer over here, but it happened on YouTube, and they had lost like $120 or $130.
Crap.
Like it's different amounts. I don't even know. I don't even understand. But they're wanting these people to pay for shipping, and they have specific items that they're trying to say that they won, like a kayak or a truck, or I think yours was a fishing rod.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It's wild, and I mean, I guess. I don't really personally understand like
how you fall for
how you fall for these scams, but I mean, I guess I get it. Like if you're just watching a channel and you know we're doing a giveaway and you get something and you get excited, like you don't know that all these scams are happening. We know because we see it in our comments. Like,
but it looks so sketchy. Like what would?
I mean, I don't even know what Telegram is. I have no idea what Telegram is, but I guess it's a way of communication.
Telegram.
Telegram.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's an app.
Oh.
They're telling them to text this number through Telegram.
Oh, through an app.
People are downloading an app.
I thought it was just you texted.
No, it's
I didn't
through
know
Telegram.
That. So they would go through that trouble to.
I think so, because that's what they all say is
Guys,
it's through Telegram. So whatever Telegram is.
Hopefully, don't do it.
For the love of God.
Yeah, stop doing it. And not only that, and that's not the only frustrating part about it. The fact that we get these scam comments, but also the amount of messages and additional comments that we get on all of our platforms, all across the platforms, even though it's just on YouTube. We'll get Instagram messages, Instagram comments, Facebook comments, Facebook messages, emails. I've gotten people that have texted me that know me personally, like, hey, somebody hacked you.
Yeah.
Because that's what you think. But it's not hacked. It's just a fake
Yeah, they just
account,
made a fake account.
And they're pretending to be me in a way. And the amount of communication that we get about this is absurd.
Yeah. And so, like, thankfully, YouTube does give us an option to block that user from our entire channel.
It helps a little bit.
So,
because they do new ones. They have different ones. So, even like on some of my videos that had a lot, you can block the user and it'll do it for like 10 or 15 comments or
and then
whatever.
they have a new.
And then you keep scrolling and it's still there because it's a new account.
And even though you can do that and block it, if those people got that notification, like they still have that in their email or wherever they're getting the notification, so they can still see it. it's not that comment's not there on YouTube anymore, but if they have it in their email, they still see it, and so I still get messages about it. And if we ever do a giveaway, which the unfortunate part about the scam is like it makes it tough to want to do a giveaway,
Right.
Because it's hard.
I know.
And it sucks because like
I don't really do them.
there's a lot of stuff like I would love to give away stuff as much as possible. Like
Yeah. One of your
sponsors
kids.
want to give away stuff. Yeah, take
You got
one
4?
of them. Yeah,
You want a kid?
I don't need 4.
Have you ever fallen for a scam that you can think of?
Not that I know of 100%. Like nothing that ever. So nothing that I know I fell for that came back and I was like, crap, I got scammed. But not too long ago, I did apply for a Southwest credit card
Yeah.
through.
Like the airline?
Yeah,
Southwest?
yeah. And so it goes through like a different bank. And I was getting like some weird emails about like they needed more information and this and that. And I was just like, all right, whatever, they need some more information. So I gave the information. But then when I looked at the email that I replied to, I was like, crap, that kind of looks a little weird.
Little sketch there.
And so I was like, I was looking, like if I Googled like this bank and their, like the email addresses, it wasn't there. And so
Whoops.
I think I didn't like give them anything crazy.
Well, that's good.
Like I didn't give them my social.
Yeah.
But it's just like your name, your address, like all that stuff's really public anyways. Like if don't do this, but
Right,
if
right.
you really want to go find it, you can probably find
Oh, yeah.
some of that
It-
information,
you
like
can.
my phone number.
It's
But,
very scary.
it's like nothing negative has happened, but I did get, so like with Mac, you go to your Safari or whatever, and it's like, we've blocked you from 79 trafficking websites.
I've
And I'm
seen that.
like-
Yeah.
I'm like, oh crap.
That makes me feel real warm and fuzzy. But thank you for your
I guess
service.
I guess they're trying to make you feel like Apple's actually helping you out,
Doing
but
something.
I'm also like,
Freaked
that's
out.
a little weird.
Yeah. I've fallen for a scam.
Did you? What was it?
Yeah, there was. So this was several years ago. I don't think that it's still there, this website, but every year I reapply for my fishing license
Yeah,
for the state of Alabama.
yeah.
And because I haven't done a lifetime, which I should have done it. And I don't know why I haven't done it, just a lifetime fishing license, but I renew it every year. And this was earlier on when I was learning to fish down here, just moved down here and purchasing my license again. I'd done it a couple of times, but I wasn't as familiar with the state of Alabama website like I am now.
Right.
Because I've done it so much and I've helped so many people do it
Yeah.
through guiding.
And they don't make it that easy.
They don't. Alabama has the worst
Yeah.
website to do your license.
It's pretty difficult. Like
terrible.
when we were guiding, I know you dealt with it, but like you almost have to help every person
Yes.
figure out what they need to do.
And it's a good 30, 45 minutes.
Like
process.
Florida, simple.
Easy.
Get on their app, buy a license, good to go.
Yep.
Alabama, no.
Not so easy. But I Googled Alabama fishing license or Alabama saltwater fishing license. The first thing that popped up, I just clicked on it because it was like purchase your license here or whatever. And so I get on there, go through the prompts. It looks like I'm buying my license. I didn't really think too much of it, but I go through the whole process. It's like $30-something, and which is the cost of what a license would be or would have
Right.
been. And it's just this thing for this stupid pamphlet. You paid $30 for this pamphlet about Alabama fishing, but they totally had this website at the top of Google search and intentionally trying to target people that were going on to get their licenses. So I sent them the $30.
Did you get the pamphlet?
I don't even know. I can't remember. I was so mad, but I don't know. I doubt it.
I just wonder if like obviously they were misleading you, but did you at least get what you paid for? And
I
you
don't- I
felt
can't remember.
Like you just weren't smart enough, or did they literally just like we're selling you a license?
Yeah, I got-
JK, it's a pamphlet,
They sent me a pamphlet
and we're
that
not
said,
going to send it to you anyways.
congratulations, you're an idiot. Yeah.
Thanks for the $30, beach bum.
Yeah, if you're going to be a sucker, this is what you get.
That's funny.
But that's the only time in my life that I can think that I actually fell for a scam.
$30.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. There was a good one though with our Facebook that was going around that sounded pretty convincing. Like we got that email saying that our account was in violation.
And you
or-
needed to like log back in or like some weird stuff.
yeah, or they're
Yeah.
going to shut your account down.
Yeah.
That one looked legit.
Yeah, and it's scary when you get that email from what looks like somebody that is providing like half of your income,
Yeah.
and they're telling you that they're going to take it away if you don't do something.
It's
you're
that
like,
sinking feeling you get.
crap, what did I do?
Yeah, but theirs was convincing because I had to send it to you and Brant and Ron. And I was like, "Is this real? Is this legit?"
So, speaking of that, that reminded me of another one. So yesterday, I don't know if you're familiar with the Rights Manager through Creator Studio on Facebook.
The Rights Manager?
It's called Rights Manager. And so you can sign up for that, and basically you can, you're essentially copywriting or taking ownership of all videos that you've uploaded through Facebook or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And so it will flag if somebody has taken the same video that you've posted. It'll flag saying, hey, so-and-so has posted that same video. Oh. And so I signed up for that, and there's like multiple people that have literally posted my exact same video, which we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we knew that page was doing that.
Currently, it doesn't allow me to do anything about it. But right after I added that Rights Manager to all of my videos, I got 3 notifications on my Facebook saying that I was in violation of copywriting other people's videos.
Oh.
And it was like the page name was definitely something overseas. Like it was not English.
Right.
I was like, well, that's weird. And so I clicked on it, and I think it was a notification directly on my Facebook. Mm-hmm. So it was through Facebook, but the video that they were suggesting that I copyrighted was one of my own videos. Like, we've posted some reaction videos, and it was not one of those.
So it wasn't even the ones that you actually did.
No, it was literally
because we have ripped off some people's content.
Yeah, but
we do it legally
with fair use.
Yeah, we do it with fair use, but we do rip it off.
But no, this was one of my peer phishing videos, and so like I appealed it, and I was like, no, like this is literally my content.
Right.
Like this is my original content. And then I got a notification back that was like these people removed the appeal. So I think what is happening with this Rights Manager is fairly new. So I think what is happening is these people overseas are claiming all this other content to be theirs, because you can have the option, which it does not allow me yet on mine for people that have ripped off my videos, but you can get the option to take the ad revenue from that video if that is your original content.
Wow.
So I think these people are creating this stuff saying that's my video.
Trying to get the ad
they're usually
revenue.
going after bigger videos, saying that's my content, wanting me to like get scared, just give them the ad revenue, and they make money and literally never did
Because
nothing.
there are videos that have been up for a while. You may have made your money. Views, you're not getting great views on it maybe anymore. And if you got something like that, you'd just be like, whatever.
Right.
Just let it go and not dispute it.
Because to be honest, one of them, so I had 3. 2 of them were my video. One of them was reaction video, which was recent. And the one that was a reaction video, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, let
I
them.
just deleted the video.
But
I didn't give them the ad revenue. I just deleted the video. Because it gives you that option.
Yeah.
You can either share the ad revenue or just delete the video. I just deleted it.
All these
like,
scams, man. All these scams.
But yeah, I'm pretty certain that's just a scam trying to steal some ad.
Anytime you're dealing with your money, it's scary.
Yeah.
And this is how we make our money.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people
don't
that
make it easy.
are trying to get into it, Brad.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too late? Think it's too late to get into this game that we're in, Brad? The fishing content creator game?
Yeah, I think it depends on how you want to go about doing that. So like you and I both came in primarily surf fishing, saltwater fishing. And honestly, at the time I came in, I almost felt like I was a little bit too late. But then you look at how many channels have started since I started my channel, which I've been a little over 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
It
was 3 years at the
time.
end of June or end of July. Sorry.
Man.
But there's a ton of channels basically trying to do the same thing.
Right.
And so I think that's the main question is like, what do you want? Like, what's your channel going to be about? Like,
Right.
if you come at it as I'm going to be another surf fishing YouTube channel,
It's going to be tough.
it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
If you can find a way to do something different, switch it up a little bit,
Bring a new
add in,
pizzazz to it.
something that it's gonna be tough to do something that nobody's seen before, but something that not a lot of people have already doing, whatever that may be, and take that up for your own creativity. But
Yeah, the short answer I would say is no. I don't think it's too late.
yeah,
But like you're saying, if you just try to,
just do something different.
yeah, you got
be yourself.
You got to be unique.
Yeah,
But that's the great thing about YouTube. You can be yourself.
right.
Hopefully, you can be somewhat of an entertaining person.
Yeah,
And nobody really is in the beginning. You're gonna suck.
yeah, because
It's gonna be terrible.
eventually, like you do have to like fight through that beginning stages, but eventually, as you're building an audience, the people are going to be there to watch you,
Right.
your personality, what you're doing, not the surf fishing.
Right.
Like,
You need a theme, but ultimately, it comes up
right.
to you.
For sure. And I think a lot of people do kind of overthink that. And honestly, I mean, I did the same thing when I was starting. Like, I was basically just watching your videos and I was like, oh, well, Matt did a video that did good throwing a popper from the beach. So I'm going to go throw a popper from the
Right.
beach. And then it doesn't do good. And I'm like, well, yeah, because Matt just did it. Like, I got to do something different. Like, we can both fish the beach, but I got to do something a little
Right.
bit different. I can't post the same
Like
video.
fish with corn.
Right. Marshmallows.
Yeah. What?
Bacon. I might need to get back into that.
Yeah, I like those videos.
Those videos did good.
Yeah, it's always
I
entertaining.
haven't posted one in a minute. We did me and Kelton went out and did one with Sour Patch Kids as well.
Yeah.
Caught some hardtails.
So I did one. I tried the first time I ever tried that. I used Swedish fish.
Yeah.
I mean, this was probably. I think I've taken that video down, but that
It
because
didn't do good.
no, I mean it was like my first 10 videos.
Okay.
and I didn't catch anything on the Swedish fish.
Okay.
I think the whole video I didn't catch anything. I think I was just
That would make a tough video.
yeah. That,
Watch me fish with Swedish fish and not catch any fish.
but I ate the Swedish fish. Like I like Swedish fish. But those kind of things help, but it is hard to do anything new or a new concept because YouTube's been around long enough now, and there's so many fishing channels. It's like hard to keep up. But there is so much potential with YouTube in general and fishing even still. Because if you think about it, even surf fishing, like it's saturated. There's people already doing it. There goes one of those beard rubs.
Yes. It was.
We
I
need,
didn't even think about
we
it.
need like a
I
we need
think
like a
it's-
sound effect when you every time you do that. Like,
I wish one of those buttons worked. I got to figure
know.
that out.
yeah, we're still.
I think it's just when
working
I
on the
get
board.
like, I've been sitting still for too long and I don't know what to do with my hands.
What do I do with my hands? Don't do it.
fingers.
It's so awkward. It's so awkward in front of
So I'm just like grabbing the mic right here.
a camera and a podcast, But make sure you rate it 5 or 10 or whatever the highest is
Yeah.
because we're brand new. We know we suck.
I was watching. I wasn't watching. I was listening to a podcast this morning. At the beginning, they were like, make sure you rate and subscribe. So do that. Subscribe to wherever you're listening.
And rate. Okay,
And
so
rate it.
that's what
Yep.
you say. That's the cool
Rate
things.
and subscribe.
You got to say that rate. You got to make sure you enunciate the T properly because
T, not the P.
that could come out kind of wrong.
You can rate the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, rate.
Rate the podcast.
Yep, rate
but
it.
there's a lot of opportunity. You can build in businesses with it.
Absolutely.
And even still, if you think about it, what I was getting at is relative to a lot of other genres, topics, like think about bass fishing, for instance,
Yeah.
compared to saltwater
There's
fishing.
a million bass
Yeah.
fishing YouTube
And
channels.
several that are very successful.
Yeah.
In the hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Yep.
And get tons of views. So I would still say that saltwater fishing and getting into that style of YouTube, there's still a lot of room.
Yeah.
I feel like. And because YouTube and social media and everything is so big.
Right.
YouTube has like 1 or 2 billion logged in users or something.
That's insane.
Which I think the entire population of the world is like 6 or 7 billion. So they have like,
Everybody.
yeah, they've got like most of the world logged in. Like if you have a computer, you're on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of the world that doesn't have the internet still.
No,
so
there is. And that's the portion of the world that's not on YouTube.
I think I have like 5 YouTube accounts.
Oh, that's true.
Well, not YouTube accounts, but Gmail.
That's true.
Email addresses.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how they account for that because I have several too.
Yeah.
Myself. So I'm
Oh,
not
well.
sure, but there's a lot. Regardless, there's a lot.
If
of
you're
people.
interested, do it.
Yeah, go for it. Try it. Try to be different and come at it with a business plan.
Yeah.
Like if I were to start out today, which we kind of are, we're starting over,
Oh yeah.
To a
That's
degree.
Brand new channel.
and we're building in something other than just the content itself.
Right.
We're trying to build in a business plan because there's so much. And I guess I did that with my own channel with guiding. It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
I was
That's
selling
definitely
service.
the best way to go about it. I mean, if you come at YouTube strictly for the ad revenue, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to see any money for a long time.
Yeah. We briefly touched on that in one of the last podcasts, but yeah, it takes a while to make enough that it makes a difference. So.
Yeah. Worth your time.
So definitely coming at the focus of building a business. If you're talking about surf fishing, whether that's wanting to be a surf fishing guide or start a website, sell a product, whatever it may be.
Even like, so I had this conversation with, we were at the CCA meeting, which is the conservation organization for Alabama. We went to it and I met a guy there. I can't remember his name, but he just recently moved here and he has a mortgage business. And he was talking about doing social media. And I was explaining to him that, okay, well, how many people are really interested in hearing about the ins and outs of mortgages? Probably not many.
Not me.
Yeah. It's pretty boring. I mean, the only people that care are the people that are actually like
Buying a house
looking
now.
for a mortgage, which obviously you want to reach those people. But if you want to reach more people that just know about you, you need your channel or your social media content to draw in a larger portion of the population.
Right.
So I was like, what are you interested in? Of course, he was fishing. I'm like, okay, well, you can start there, start filming your fishing. They were going cobia fishing the next day. I was like, take a camera with you, film it, at least get some clips or something. I mean, with short form, there's so many different opportunities.
Right.
Whatever your social media accounts are, start posting that stuff on there. That's going to draw way more eyeballs than you getting on there and talking about mortgage rates.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
snooze fest.
There's plenty of people talking about mortgage rates on YouTube.
Well,
too.
yeah, and I'm sure that
But
gets
it
views.
also is very boring.
It's very boring. It's hard to like capture people's attention unless you are just an extremely interesting individual,
Right.
and have a really interesting way of putting it. But if you get on there and you're not, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So you draw it in, but like Brant does that.
That's what I was about to say. Brant has done a great job at using his fishing and the audience he already has to sell homes as a real estate agent.
Yeah, and I'm sure the largest portion of his income probably comes from real estate. I would imagine. I don't know.
Yeah, we should
Hey,
ask
Brant,
him.
can you send us your bank accounts?
Yeah, we're gonna have you on a podcast soon and ask you how much money you made in 2022.
Yeah, that'd be great. And maybe we can kind of just skim through his bank accounts. and
Yeah.
just see what his deposits are.
Put us on the payroll.
Yeah. We might be looking for a job if this doesn't work out. So Brant, just keep that in mind for us, please, buddy. So we talked a lot about whether it's too late to get into social media and kind of how to build a business around that. But do you,
Right.
I hear both sides of this coin. I want to know your thoughts, Brad. Do you think is a good thing or a bad thing? All the information that people can get on the internet now in regards to fishing from social media.
That's a good question. I get a lot of comments from people telling me it's bad. Mainly like locations, how to target stuff that may not necessarily be the easiest. There's something going on not too far from Mobile Bay right now that a lot of people are capitalizing on, catching a certain fish, cobia.
Well, as you were saying that, I was like, I was trying to think, and then it dawned on me, like, oh yeah.
And so there's a bunch of cobia out there, and I've been getting some comments about spot burning and stuff like that, and I mean that's part of it. I don't think it matters what you're doing or what platform. Like there's going to be somebody that's not going to be happy. This guy had to have been like 80 years old or something. He was talking about like the internet ruined fishing.
Right.
I'm like, the internet's been around a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about my channel from 3 years.
And even before that, I've heard stories from David Thornton, Pier Pounder, which is a local legend in our
absolutely.
area. And he talked about back in the day at the pier, they had a payphone. And
Really?
At the pier.
Yeah.
And he said that when people would get on a really good bite, some of them would call their buddies and let people know, hey, you got to get to the pier, bite's hot. And so there was a time he said that somebody had ripped the phone.
I was just about to ask, how many times did somebody cut the cord of the payphone? Shut up.
Because they didn't want people telling them to go to the pier.
Yeah.
So even before the internet, people
That's
talk.
awesome. I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, the internet has been, and social media in general has been amazing for the
Beneficial.
sport of fishing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we briefly talked in another podcast that like I kind of fished growing up, but like nothing hardcore. I didn't go out fishing every weekend or anything. But social media and knowing I was moving here, like, is the whole reason that I even do this now.
Right.
It's a great way to learn things, get information on whatever you're trying to learn, whatever style of fishing. There's whatever you're looking for is out there.
That's right. And I've heard the argument that it gives people so much information that they didn't have to acquire themselves.
Yeah.
And so they don't respect the sport or the fish as much because they didn't take the time and energy and effort it took to get to where they are.
I can see that argument. I mean, honestly, if you watch one of our videos and we're talking about how to catch pompano off the beach, and we're using Salty's pompano rigs, fish gum, and fresh dead shrimp, and we're at Mobile Street. If you take any random person that's watching that video, if they go to whatever tackle store and they buy these things, they go to Mobile Street, there's still other things that you got to pick on, little nuances. And so you're not like, yes, we're giving you a ton of information, but there's still going to be a lot of trial and error. And honestly, a lot of those people that think they're just going to learn it in like one day of watching a video are
Rude awakening.
yeah, they're not going to pay attention to every little detail.
Right.
Because even if you got the right rig and the right bait, you're probably not putting it in the right spot.
Right.
Or maybe you paid attention to the right spot, but not the right bait. Like,
Right.
there's a million different things.
Little
and
tiny things, yeah.
me and you went fishing the other day, and we know what we're doing, I think. And we didn't have a lot of success. So
But-
sometimes days are just days. But
Right.
I think there's even though you're getting a lot of the information, there is still a lot of that trial and error and figuring out what works
Well,
for you. And
Nothing, and it's raining. Is that rain?
Is it?
You hear that?
I hear something.
Yes, that's rain. I'm sorry. It just started monsooning over our house right
I don't
now.
even know it was supposed to
Like
rain
it
today.
sounded like a jet engine.
I did hear it, but
I'm sorry to pause there, but man, like I was, what is that noise? It's been like sunny all day, but
we don't
have
need any more rain.
we
It's
ha-
still sunny.
We have had a lot of. I know it's really weird, but it's like a dang monsoon outside.
Heck?
But time on the water, nothing trumps that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to spend time on the water, regardless of the amount of information that you get from whatever it may be. What? It just
just
stopped.
stopped.
I know. Like, that was the weirdest thing.
Y'all might hear that.
I don't know. These mics don't really pick up. They do a really good job of just like picking up the voice. But you
How
might,
did we hear it? Was that outside of the mic?
yeah,
Like outside of the headphones?
yeah.
Oh.
But-
I thought it was coming through the headphones.
No, I don't think so. Sorry, it was a disturbing amount of rain.
That was weird.
Yes, like
Anyways.
it's not normally that loud at my house
Yeah.
when it's raining. That was incredible. That was a loud storm. Sorry, that really distracted me.
You still got a roof. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But I get, because I hear both sides. I get people all the time, of course, that send me messages or comments or whatever that are like, "Thank you so much for putting out the information that you do. It's so
Right.
helpful." They send pictures of them and their kids and all this stuff, which is great. I think that's an awesome thing that so many people can get in the sport and be confident about whatever it is they're doing because they can get that information.
Right.
But then, of course, you get the people that are saying we're giving out too much information or giving out too much information about spots or whatever. So I can
Right.
see both sides. I get
Absolutely.
that. But I think overall, if I had to quantify it or say, I think it's a good thing. Obviously, I'm going to lean towards that. I produce this content.
Right.
But
Keep watching.
The reason I've started, among other things, but like one of the things that I thought through as I was starting the channel was when I began fishing, my family did not fish. My dad didn't fish. My brothers didn't fish. I had a sister. She didn't fish. Nobody fished. Some of my friends did. And that's what got me interested in it.
Right.
But to learn what I did as a kid, like 11 or 12 years old, when I was taking an interest of fishing, of course, the internet wasn't a thing. I mean, it was around, but I mean, you couldn't hop on Google and just like how to go fishing.
Wasn't a ton of information.
But I would go to the library and I would check out books on fishing, and that showed you how to tie rigs, showed you different species of fish and what baits to use and what rigs work best for catfish or for crappie or for whatever. And I can even see these images in my head because I looked at those books so much. And that's how I learned the basic skills of how to tie a knot, how to rig a bait. That's how I learned.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think the good thing about social media is just the awareness that it has brought to the sport of surf fishing. I mean,
Right.
obviously we've seen it, and there's much more people, and it can make things difficult sometimes because you get to the beach and you got to walk a mile to find a spot. But it is really cool to see the sport of surf fishing growing.
Correct.
Which all built through social media and mainly Beach Bum.
Well, social media in general, even for bass fishing, like the Googans, look at what they've done for bass fishing and getting a younger generation interested in fishing, because fishing was almost, and hunting both were kind of on the decline.
Yeah.
Because with so much other things going on in the world and technology and the advancements and everything in recent years, that's been kind of pushed to the side.
It was very interesting. So I went to ICAST not long ago, and there's obviously bass fishing is a huge part of that. And meeting some of the people there and meeting some people like friends of friends that have been in the industry for a long time, it's very interesting to see how it's kind of transitioning from like the hardcore tournament bass angler to maybe those aren't as important as the amount of social media content creators, Guggen Squad type people that are. It's kind of transitioning the whole fishing industry from the TV and the tournament angler to more content driven and internet.
Which makes sense. You trust those people a little bit more.
Yeah.
You feel way more connected to them. You're sharing a lot of your life. I mean, people that follow me are going to know, if you have kept up with my channel, you know I got a dog.
Farts in his face.
Right, yeah. I post that on my personal Facebook page. And my little girl, that they've seen her, if you follow my channel from the beginning, you've seen her grow up. I mean, she was in my wife's belly when I posted some of my first videos. You get a phone call. Did that say clickbait?
It said Citibank.
Oh, do you need to take that?
No.
They're going to say you got a deposit
They're
of
asking me to
$1 million.
pay my Best Buy credit card. I haven't paid it yet.
It looked, when you picked it up, it looked like it said clickbait.
I know I did. No,
I'm
it's
like,
Citibank.
who calls you in your phone that you labeled them as clickbait?
Ron. What do you want, Ron?
It's old clickbait calling me again, knocking at the door.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Woo. We get off on all these tangents, you know.
I know.
We just we lose our train of thought.
Yeah, I got a new Best. We don't have to go deep.
Yeah, you talk about.
I just haven't set up the online bill, but
You have a good APR, you know, annual percentage rate. Or,
Yeah, it's like
what kind of fees they have?
I don't know about all of that info. It's just like,
Do you get miles like Sky Miles or anything? Or
no, it's literally just Best Buy. I do through Southwest.
cash back, nothing.
No, because I do. They do 0% interest, and so I basically void the other benefits to get 0% interest, as long as I pay it. And they're like, "You need to pay it."
We're gonna call your butt,
yeah.
and make you pay this bill.
I don't pay bills unless it's online, and I haven't set that up yet.
Yeah,
Credit
technology
score
today.
about to tank.
That's right. Who needs credit?
Right?
Not important.
Cash, baby.
That's right. We just pay cash money.
Cash.
Yeah, we're not that big balling. We can call Brant though.
I was about to say we're not Brant.
Yeah, we can get a loan from him. Does he check credit scores?
I doubt it.
Yeah, if I say, "Hey, Brant, I need like 10 grand,"
He's like, my credit score's 800.
yeah, I think.
Oh, does he check credit scores to loan the money?
Yeah.
They meant like, does he check his?
I
I'm
hope
like,
not. My credit's not looking too great right now.
We'll have to call him up.
Yeah, check it
Like,
out.
bro, I really need 10 grand.
10 G's.
He'd be like, yeah, go.
I need you to fill out this application right here. What's your social?
He's like, I'm going to take your next 6 months of Facebook ad revenue.
Oh, yeah, he can set that up.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be during the cold months and
Right.
won't be making a lot of money
Deal.
anyway, so it'll be okay. But so I've been back on fishing because this is the
Fishing,
Not
not
catching.
catching.
podcast since we have fishing in the name.
And I think I know where you're going here. I've been fishing and catching, and you've kind of been fishing, not catching.
Yeah, well, not kind of. I have been fishing, not catching.
Yeah,
for
you've been
3
on a
days,
struggle bus.
big time. Yeah,
So what's going on with that?
and I even called the shot this morning. Do you recall? I said,
yeah, because
I called the freaking shot.
you want to tell a story? You want me to?
I can tell a story.
Go for it.
So we have a lot of sharks
Yeah.
around right now, and this is it happens.
You didn't know.
Every year. There are sharks in saltwater in the Gulf of Mexico.
I did it.
Did you?
I just did.
Oh, we need.
That's a good one.
Yeah. If we get the sound, well, I can add it in post, but
Yeah.
it's just a little extra work. But that we'll just zoom in on you, shing, like that kind of thing. I like that. But we have a lot of sharks, and sharks do live in saltwater. If you were unaware, and they come through in large numbers and large quantities, specifically black tips and spinners this time of year. And a fun way to target them is with poppers. Now, I've never actually gone to the beach with a popper with the intention of catching a shark, but
Until
this week.
yeah.
And me and Brad were fishing because I've caught them on poppers before when I'm fishing for jacks or redfish. I've even caught them on spoons. Last year, for whatever reason, there was like a streak where I was catching all these sharks.
Which is
spoons.
crazy.
It is crazy. I caught a very large spinner on a spoon, like the biggest shark.
Landed it?
Yes, it was like 50-pound mono.
That's insane.
Yes, it was. I mean, I got the video to prove it. I mean, I'm
cool.
not making crap up. Yeah, it's just like I've caught them unintentionally. But this week I got the idea because me and you went fishing like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Now together, and we were not going for sharks. We were doing something else, which sucked. But when we first got there, I was like, I'm going to throw the popper around. While we're kind of getting set up. There was a bunch of ladyfish. I'm like, I'm not going to put a bait out yet because I don't feel like fooling with ladyfish.
Right.
So I'm throwing the popper around. Hook a shark, which if you have never, which was today your first day?
To hook one, yes.
Yeah, okay.
On a popper.
Right. If you've never hooked or tried to hook a shark on a popper, it's intense.
It is amazing.
It is, and I'll let you tell your story here in a second, but because you need to talk about that because it is really cool. But it is the scariest thing. Like there's nothing in fishing that I've done other than having a shark attack a popper that legit scares me. But this does. It's so intense.
It is very cool.
But we're fishing. I'm throwing the popper around. Shark comes up, scares the crap out of me, eats it. I think I had 50-pound mono because that's kind of my go-to when I'm throwing a popper for jacks and bluefish and whatever. And shark eats it. I have it on for like 3 seconds. Zzz, it's gone. Of course, just cuts through my leader, and so. Which we had gone several weeks ago, actually now, gone and intentionally throwing poppers, which I hooked one then that broke me off. I even forgot about that one. I'm on a really bad streak.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I really need to take advantage of this opportunity. So the next 2 days, these last two, well, not today, but the 2 days leading up to today, I go out early in the morning because it's kind of an early morning opportunity and with the intention of catching a shark. So me and Brad, of course, have had this conversation because I've lost 2 now in front of Brad, and I've been using mono. So we're like, okay, I need to use wire.
Yeah.
So I have 32-pound wire, which isn't heavy, but it should be fine enough that a shark, I would think, wouldn't be able to cut through it at least. Of course, it's not real strong, but it's single strand, 32-pound wire.
Yeah, we're not so much looking for the weight,
Right? Just
as much as the wire and
the wire itself
being able to actually cut.
correct,
straight
because of
through.
course mono or fluoro, they're going to be able to just immediately cut through. So anyway, I tie it on, and I tie on about a 4-foot long total leader. So I have like a foot of wire, and then about 3 feet of 80-pound monofilament. And I'm throwing the popper, blah blah blah. I have several chases. Fish trying to eat it. And sharks suck at eating topwater. Like they swing and miss 100 times. But
Yeah, they're lazy.
But I get hooked up, and this is actually really cool. So I hook up on a shark. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm jacking him up, ripping on him, and he's running, and then it comes loose. So, but it didn't cut me off or whatever. The lure just came out, and I'm like, oh dang it. So I even say this in the video. I'm just gonna reel it really fast and see if it'll get them interested in it. Like this fish is trying to run away is what you're trying to imitate. So I just burn it real fast and then stop it, and he comes back again. Wham! And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm freaking out because that's just how
It is intense.
It is so intense. Like unless you've witnessed it, you just don't understand. I have this, he runs, does all stuff, then he's done. Sharks have a really good run at first, maybe another one after that, and then they're pretty much done. You're just bringing them in, and I'm to that point. I'm just bringing this shark in, just trying to get him to the beach, and my line pops, and it's on my braid where because sharks have really abrasive skin, it's like sandpaper, and their tail is of course extra long, and so if it's sitting there hitting your braid, it just works through it and it'll pop your braid. So my leader wasn't long enough at 4 feet, so it was obviously longer than a 4-foot shark. So it popped my braid. You can see where it frayed off and whatnot. And I'm like, well, dang it. So I go back the next day. I'm like, okay, well, I think I've got this problem solved. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
So I tie on like a 5.5-foot long leader, which of course you can still catch a larger shark, but most of these sharks are probably in the 5-foot range or less.
Yeah.
Even. I saw one dead on the beach actually yesterday too.
I'm glad it wasn't today.
Yeah, it was dead. The one on the beach was probably only like 3.5, 4 foot.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a lot of small ones. Anyway, so I'm like 5.5 foot. I should be good. I spend the whole morning. I stayed out there a lot longer than I anticipated. I probably fished until like 10.
Really?
Yeah. But I had some follows and stuff, but nothing.
Later in the morning you did?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Nice. Yeah.
But so I had some follows, but no eats. Finally got one to actually eat it. As soon as he eats it, gone.
Done.
Like, what the crap? What happened? So I reel in. He cut through my freaking wire. I'm like, what is going on? I can't win this game. And so Brad is like, I'm talking to Brad, telling him, he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to go try in the morning. And I told you. What did I say? What did I say?
You said I was going to get one on the first cast.
What happened?
I got one on the first cast.
I called the shot. I was like, I'm just snake bit here on these sharks. So tell them about this one.
What size popper were you using? What's the length of it? Do you know?
It's the 135.
Do you know how long that is?
It's 135
grams.
millimeters or centimeter. It's in.
That's in weight though, right? It's 135 grams.
I don't know.
Probably.
I thought it was, but
I think that's what it is. The 135 is probably grams.
what were you throwing?
It was a 6-inch Yozuri mag popper.
I thought you were throwing the Halco.
I did throw the Halco for the jack. The shark was on the.
It looked like the same one in the picture.
No, it's different.
You
So the
lied.
shark's on a pink one, and the jack was on like a reddish
Oh,
colored one.
I must not. Anyway, you can tell your story.
Yeah, so I got to the beach super early this morning after Matt was talking about how many sharks he's had blown up on him, and I'm like,
Oh, I see.
I'm
see
gonna
now.
do it. Yeah,
Right there.
that's it. So I got to the beach super early, and there was June grass everywhere, and it kind of demotivated me a little bit. I was like, this might interfere because you didn't mention anything about June grass. So I was like, maybe there wasn't June grass.
It wasn't an issue.
But now there was. But once I started casting, I realized it really wasn't an issue. Once most of it was just pushing real close to the beach. Anyway, so I was just walking the beach, and I blind casted a little bit, but mainly I was just walking, looking for some bait, looking to see if I could see a fin coming up or anything like that. And so I started to see a couple sharks, like good ways down the beach. I could see one starting to head in my direction.
So you see like the
Yeah, you just
dorsal
see his fin
fin and-
kind of like just barely out of water.
isn't that so
just
sick? Like on a calm
cruising.
day
I was
on the
like,
Gulf.
I was like, this is it. I turned my camera on and I was talking to the camera about it, and I was like, yeah, here we go. And
About to smack this guy in the face.
I threw right in front of him, comes up, misses it. And I same thing, like I pause, hit it, and nothing. So I bring it back, cast again. So it wasn't the first cast, but it's
Close.
first bite. So I throw it back at him again, and he just smokes it. It is insane. And so I did have my drag a little light because I didn't want like that all of a sudden just
Right,
going to
pop
like
ya.
end up popping something. So I had it a little light, and then I was just cranking down on him, and he was not stopping. And I was like, this is amazing. First time getting a shark on a topwater popper was such a cool experience. And I'm
pretty
like
sick.
freaking out. And so I'm fighting it for a while, and finally got it up to the beach. Luckily, like the hook set was perfect.
Yeah.
It was the back treble hook, like kind of not even really in the mouth, kind of like on the side of the jaw,
Right.
a little underneath. And so like there was no way, like if I lost the fish, it would have been my fault for a knot or something.
Right. Yeah, and that's what
Unless he would have hit the braid with his tail or
most of the
something.
time that you just have to get lucky. Like
Right.
that's what I kept saying. I mean, you can get them to eat and hook up, but if you're using mono, especially, and evidently if you're using wire,
Yeah, so
it
I
depends on
had probably a foot of wire, and then really only like maybe 2 foot.
So he was,
of,
he was
fluoro.
longer than your
He was longer yep.
your leader.
It wasn't a big shark by any means. Maybe 4 foot tops.
Yeah,
Not a giant, but
doesn't matter.
super fun.
It's so
for
cool on a
for
Top water.
light tackle, top water.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Not really light tackle, but top water.
Sure.
And then so I got him and kept walking the beach. That was pretty early. Kept walking the beach, saw some more sharks, threw on them. Had a bunch, not a bunch, but had some other sharks come up trying to eat and just kept missing.
Yeah.
Like multiple.
They really suck.
And I'm like, dude, come on, just freaking eat it.
Yeah.
Like they're missing behind it every time. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I think they just get so far, like they just get pissed off by the pop, and they just turn around and they just attack. They don't even see anything. I think they're just swiping at the noise.
Yeah. They're pretty sick animals.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Pretty cool. You got to have a lot of respect for them.
Absolutely. And then kept walking the beach after that, and I saw something coming down the beach, and I was not 100%, but I was like, that looks like Jax. It's like, I'm pretty certain that's Jax. I need to quit playing with that pin.
By the way, I'm sleeping in bed at this time.
Yeah, I texted Matt. So we had talked last night about it, and he was like, I might sleep in. And so I texted him at like 5 something this morning, and I didn't hear back. So I was like, hey, he's sleeping in. And so I'm walking down the beach, and I see this wake coming down, and I'm like, that looks just like Jax. I'm used to seeing them from the pier, and it's a little more defined.
Right.
So when you're a little more eye level with them, it's hard to distinguish. Is that Jax? Is that just a bait ball? Is that stupid ladyfish? Like, what is it? And as it got closer, I could kind of start seeing some stuff coming out of the water. I was like, that, I'm pretty sure. Still not 100%. And so I throw at him, and I was way off on my first cast. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I was pretty
just being honest.
I was disappointed in myself. I was like, what was that? You weren't even close. And so I casted them a second time. I'm right in them, and they like they spook a little bit and just like kind of splash the water. But again, bait will do that sometimes.
Right.
They'll just like you scare the bait and they splash the top, and I'm like still not certain what it is. And so I reel in real quick, throw it in one more time. As soon as that popper hits the water, he just smokes it. And like super hard right at first, but very short run. And I was like,
not like the shark.
not at all.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm almost certain this is a jack, but I'm not 100%. It could just be a smaller shark. Because what I saw when they were coming out of the water, it almost looked like the dorsal fin of a shark. And so the whole time I'm fighting it, I cannot tell what it is. He never comes to the surface, never jumps, which again has made me think, okay, it's probably a jack. But don't want to force the issue too much in case it is a shark. Don't want to put too much pressure and end up popping it off or something if it's not hooked good. And so finally got up to the beach, and I could finally see it, and I was like, oh, yeah, we did it. Jack from the beach, baby. And we literally, just a few days ago, we were saying neither one of us had caught a jack from this beach.
I've fished that beach a bunch, and I've never caught a jack from there.
And I did it this morning.
I know. Brad goes, I sleep in, banner day.
So like I'd caught both of those, and it was like 10 minutes later, Matt texted me, was like, nah, man, I slept in. I was like, you shouldn't have. He's like,
and when you get that text, and you're like, crap. I knew it, but I mean, I knew.
You never know.
I knew that was going out there. I mean, the opportunity. Obviously,
right.
I knew there were sharks there, and you're gonna
just being lucky enough to hook it right and get it to the beach.
Yes,
and I was just lucky enough.
It wasn't like I did. Now the jacks it's a little upsetting.
I did it again.
But the sharks, I know they're there. I knew what I was going to miss if I did sleep in.
Right.
But my wife did just get home from being gone, and we spent some time together last night, and I didn't feel like
extra click.
Yeah.
We need one of those buttons to work right now. But
So-
it was funny. So like after we were talking about the poppers yesterday, after we picked up Kelton from school, we stopped by Sam's, and I was like, I gotta get some stuff for fishing in the morning. She's like, all right. And so I went in by myself. Courtney stayed in the car, and I came out, and I had 2 poppers in my hand. She's like, how much was it? I just like set it down. And she grabs one of the poppers. She's like, $22.
They ain't cheap.
Like, yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
And we had just been at the store earlier that day, and she like bought a new tumbler cup or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, why are we buying another $25 cup? Like, you got enough cups to drink water out of. And then I come in with that popper. She's like, you just bought a $25 popper.
Business
you could lose
expense.
it on the first cast. That's what I was like, business expense.
That's right.
She's like, you literally could just lose it on the first fish. I'm like, yeah, I could.
Yeah. Speaking of, this guy over here has lost 3 this week. So unfortunately, I didn't pay for any of them.
Yeah.
But
I did lose one today.
oh yeah,
I don't think I told you.
You didn't.
I'm not too happy about it.
What happened?
So
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned it.
so after I'd caught the first shark, and then the wire looked good, and then after I had those other sharks coming up and swiping it, like what is that?
It might be my phone.
Oh,
No, it's not my phone. Is it you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm checking something. Anyways,
This is we've had this table since me and Courtney got married.
really
14 years.
ancient.
Yeah, this is ancient.
But as those sharks are swiping at it, like I bring it back and the wire's kind of like wrapped around and some like untangling stuff. I'm like, I even say on the camera, like I probably should get tie a new leader on, get new wire. But the shark's right there. I see him. And so I go to throw back at him again. And as soon as I cast it, pops off and I sling my popper off.
Gone.
And I'm like, and it's right there. I can see it. It is not that far, but the June grass is so thick. And we talked about how many stingrays are out right now. Like I can't even see the bottom.
Right.
It's so thick. I could have laid on top of it and floated.
Don't walk out
And I'm
with
like,
stingrays
I'm
right
not
now.
walking out there right now. So
Yeah.
I tried to cast when I tied a new popper on. I tried to cast and catch it, and I didn't have any luck.
Not worth it.
But
Well, Brad, this has been a good show.
It was a fun one.
I feel like we could probably wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're actually getting close to our camera being, going off. And,
Nice.
And Courtney just texted me and said they're on their way home.
we
so
timed this one out pretty good.
I feel like that we should probably wrap it up.
Sounds good. Hope you all enjoyed it.
We still don't know how to wrap it up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Thanks for
sure
watching.
you like.
Listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
I was gonna say subscribe. Do something.
Whatever
to
you're
help us
supposed
out.
to do, just do it. And we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. Catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Later.